looked at life and found yourself somewhere you didn't see yourself? 6 months ago, did you see yourself being where you're at now? 2 years ago, did you see yourself where you're at now? This time last year, public speaking was not on my radar. But I got a lot of friends that thought I would be really good at it. And they pushed me, and they poked and prodded and aggravated me until I finally developed some lessons for them. And then I stepped on their toes. Several of them have responded to some of those lessons, and then they said, you need to keep doing this, you're doing good. Here we are today. Did not expect to be here. Me and Tony had talked a few weeks ago about things going on, and I told him if at some point that you needed a speaker to fill in, to holler at me. I didn't know he was going to ask me yesterday to be here today. Now, a little short notice, but I'm one of those folks that thrive on short notice and very little prep time. And I keep sermons now ready just for those kind of situations. So, to get ourselves started this morning, are you comfortable? Right temperature in the room, right seat to sit on. But how warm or how cold are you, religiously speaking? Are you on fire? Are you hot? Are you burning up? Are you trying to do things? Or have you gotten cold? You just kind of there, if you're even there. Maybe you're in the middle and you're lukewarm. And you're there, but you're not there. You're doing some things, but not doing other things. And you're not really worried about it. What's the difference between being hot or cold or lukewarm? Have you thought about that? What does it look like? I would say at best, 75% of the church today is hot. And it ought to be more than that, but it's not. Most of us come in and we sit in our pew, we check our boxes because we were at church, and we go home. We were Christians this week, right? We're lukewarm Christians most of the time. It shouldn't be that way. It should be a 100% on fire, but it's just not. If you're cold and you're doing nothing, you're sitting at home and you might watch something on Facebook just to see if you can find something to pick the preacher apart about. And I'm sure somebody will find something to pick me apart about. That's all right. If that's your prerogative, that's fine. But when you come pick me apart with book, chapter, and verse, and we'll discuss it and we'll fix it. But if you're lukewarm, you might listen to what I say and you go, well, yeah, we need to be doing that. Yeah, that's really good. And you do about 2 things and leave the other 7 or 8 right where they lay. You do just enough to get your boxes checked. The book of Revelation, chapter 3, the church at Laodicea was a lukewarm church. And I'm not going to read through all of that. We all know that story. But the main thing I want us to get from this is what God said about the church there. Because they were lukewarm, he said, I would rather you be hot or cold. If you're hot, you're doing things I need you to do. If you're cold, I know how to relight that fire. But since you're lukewarm and not hot or cold, I will spew you out of my mouth. You ever took a drink of something and it just tasted nasty and you spit it out? That's exactly what God says he's going to do to that church. And that has not changed in 2,000 years. If we're lukewarm now, he's going to do the same thing to us in judgment. He's going to tell us, depart from me, I never knew you. You didn't do what I asked you. You didn't do all of what I asked. Why does it matter about being on fire or being lukewarm even? It matters because people watch us. The world is looking for the church to fail. The world is just waiting for somebody to mess up so they can come in, take us over, run us down, try to run us out of town. They don't want to hear about it. And if you don't believe that, get your head out of the sand and look around, listen to the news. They want the church to fail. They want no part of it. They've taken God out of schools. They've taken God out of any events that they can. It's ridiculous. The sad part is the church being lukewarm has allowed that to happen. And it's not just here at Martin's Mills, it's not just in Florence at Florence Boulevard, it's not up in Tennessee at Gray here or somewhere like that. It is the world over, folks. Anywhere the church is spread to, we're dealing with the same problems. And I will go ahead and tell you that technology is not one of my strong points, so it looks like I pause a lot. That's because me and technology are fighting up here. Now, come Judgment Day, what do you think it's going to look like when you walk up and you say, well, God, I did what you said, I think. And he's going to say, I think I don't know you. How hard is that going to be to handle? Have you ever thought about, and I know we all love our parents, right? We love mom and dad's safe place. What if you did something and just wouldn't correct it, and you walk up to your mom and dad's house and they said, leave, I don't know who you are? How bad is that going to hurt? That's going to kind of gut check you, isn't it? That's the same thing that's going to happen Judgment Day if we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. Now, Matthew chapter 7, starting in verse 21, says, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity. Now, in my printed digital version here, that's in red and black, not black and white. Now, a lot of people say, well, it's in red, that's important. Yeah, it is, but the whole thing is important. It doesn't matter the color of the writing. The whole thing is important. Now, if we look a little further into that, into verse 24, it says, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man who has built his house upon the rock. Now, we know what happened with that, don't we? The rains came, the winds blew against it, and the house stood. But if we're not the people that are going and doing, and we're not the on-fire people, we're more like the foolish man that built his house on the sand. And we know what happened with it. We sing the song with our kids about how the foolish man's house fell flat, don't we? It's going to be the same thing that happens to us in the big picture. We've got this house here all built, and everything's good, everything's going great. We're doing just enough that we can say we're all right. But are we really all right? Because one little grain of sand can move, and that house crumbles and falls flat around us. You've got to make certain where you're at. Now, I've had days, and I know we all have, where it was easy to do the right things and do all the things. And I've had other days where it's a real struggle. Work life will do that to you. School life will do that to you. Who do you surround yourself with when you're at work or when you're at school? You surround yourself with people that are on fire for what's going on, whether it be work-related or church-related. You surround yourself with people that are burning to get things done. Or you surround yourself with people that want to do just enough to keep the boss off my back. That influences more than just what you're doing at work. That influences every part of your life. And if you're surrounding yourself with people at church that are only doing just enough, then you've got a whole little lukewarm section over here. And it don't take much to put that fire out. I don't feel like it today. Maybe tomorrow. What if tomorrow don't come and you didn't do it today? Are we promised tomorrow? Not the first one of us. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, in verse 12. It says, wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. If we think we're doing good, if we think we're solid, gotta be really careful, because we may or may not be, we may be deceiving ourselves with it. It says, take heed, be cautious, pay attention, be alert. I'd rather know that I'm standing and what I'm standing on than to think of what I'm standing on. How many of you guys ever walked through the attic of a house? You ever stepped in the wrong spot? You thought you were stepping on a rafter or a joist and you found nothing but insulation? You thought you were doing good and you nearly failed, didn't you? Been there, done that. I've got an aunt that done just that in my grandparents' house. She goes bebopping through the attic when she was, 17, 18 years old probably. Thought she was doing good walking on the boards on the walkway, and she missed one of them. And now there's an attic access in my grandparents' bedroom because she left a hole the size of her body in the sheetrock. She thought she was standing and thought she was on something solid, but she wasn't. Now, I tell that to kind of lighten the mood a little bit, but to make you think. Life is like that. We can think we're standing on something very solid. And all it takes is one good gust of wind to blow us off of it. Or just a little shift and we fall. Because we think we're standing. Now, why would we be cold toward church? Why would we let ourselves get to that? How do we get to that? Maybe somebody that we know has quit coming to church, has want nothing to do with church anymore, wants nothing to do with what's going on because of some of our actions. Maybe we said or did something. It happens all the time. People get their feelings hurt. But are we any better if we didn't go try to talk to them about it? If we're an honest, on-fire church and doing what we're supposed to be doing, when they don't come, we've all got, telephones, cell phones, internet access most of the time, not always. Some days it works, some days it don't, but we've always got ways to communicate. What stops us from picking the phone up and calling somebody? Is it pride? Is it our busy schedules that's more centered around us than it is around Him? Some days we get busy and we forget things. But there's always downtime in the day. Whether it's in the evenings when you get home, or whether it's around your lunch break at work, there's always downtime that we can study, we can think about the things we need to do, and tomorrow, if you don't do it today, tomorrow, call and ask some folks why they weren't here. Call and check on the ones that you know are sick. Just see how they're doing. That's an on-fire church. That's an on-fire people. Find out why they're not coming if they just all of a sudden quit coming. Hey, somebody said something. I'm not coming back over there because of this or because of that. Well, let me try to fix this problem for you. Let me work on this. You just come on back and don't let them cause you to be lost, because you could do that. We have to be careful of our own actions. And maybe we're the ones that have gotten cold. And we don't even check the boxes anymore. We sit in the pew, but we don't sing, we don't pray. Maybe now and then we take the Lord's Supper. We don't worry about trying to give any money to the collection. No, we're there and that's it. We're not even much of a warm body. We're just holding a place. At least Lukewarm tries a little bit. They sing some of the songs. They pray a little bit. They do some of the things. And if we're in the boat of being cold, we need to get our own fire relit so we can try to light somebody else's fire around us. The more active and going and doing you are, the more it influences people around you. I've got a great nephew, and I use family a lot for illustrations. I got a great nephew and a great niece that go to a lot of our Friday night singings with us. finally got Grayson to start getting up and leading a song with me now and then. But to show you how much they pay attention. Driving down the road 2 days after the singing, little Miss Carissa in the back seat says, "Meemaw, do you turn on Jesus Loves Me? I want to hear that." Boy, that hits. We lead by example. And if our example is hot, if our example is on fire and going and doing, they're going to see it and they're going to pick up on it. Grayson has got to where he loves to go to the singing, albeit it may be because he gets $1 for leading the song. But you've got to inspire them somehow. You've got to get the fire lit one way or the other. But he has gotten to where he enjoys it because he gets to stand in front of everybody and he gets to be seen and he's the center of attention for just a minute. Whatever gets him there. Because he's seeing that being there gets people to notice him, he gets to talk to people, he gets to make new friends. And he's getting influenced by all those people. I love for him to be there because he's influenced by all those good people. And not all those people out there on Friday nights doing whatever else. A life being lived on fire would look something like Colossians chapter 3, verse 16. It says, "Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God and the Father by Him." Do we really do that? Do we really teach? Whether it's singing or whether it's in class, we really did. Just by living, do we really teach people around us? Or what, I should say, do we teach people around us? Because we're teaching them, whether we're teaching from the Bible or not. Our lives are teaching people around us. We're teaching them the kind of people we are. And if our words and our actions don't line up, then we're not as on fire as we think we are. Another example of being on fire comes straight out of those Friday nights. 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I had 3 or 4 people from one little small church in Florence show up to the singing at Iron City. One of the couples has been to a few of the singings and they enjoy it. But I issued a challenge to all of our singing groups, all of our congregations on the Friday night singing circuit, to make their own singing. It's kind of pointless to want to have a singing and then you don't show up to support your own event, right? But it happens a lot. Find one that's close by and go support it. Find one that's not so close by. That's 3 Friday nights out of the year I'm asking for. That's not too much to ask. But these folks, because they came to Iron City and they heard that challenge again, and it refreshed it in their mind. This past Friday night, they brought a bus load to Wayne Furnace. It's a 15-passenger bus, but it was a bus load that came from a little bitty place in Florence to another small place in Wayne County, simply because somebody lit a fire at church. All I done was kicked it around and stoked the flame a little bit. They went back and spread it. That's the way life works when you're on fire. The least little thing you do may light the fire for somebody else. But then again, the least little thing you do may kill the fire for somebody else. But if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, and doing it all, whether it's our words or our actions, in the name of the Lord Jesus, then there's going to be a fire lit somewhere. It may not happen today, you may not see it immediately, but it's going to happen. But it's a day-to-day thing that we as Christians have to do. We have to live that life. We have to let them see our light. We have to reflect the light of God. The Bible says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works." Don't go running out there bragging about it. Just go do it. People are going to see it. You ain't got to be like the guy standing on the corner screaming and hollering and preaching and talking about how good they are. You ain't gotta be like people on TV making millions of dollars talking about how good they are. No, just go be good. Don't say it, just go do it. People are gonna see it. Do we get out and go and do? Do we go visit other churches when they have singings or vacation Bible schools or meetings? That's how I got to know Tony from going to some of these events. That's how I got to know Joe Paul. I've made some good friends because of it. There are days that I could do more, and I know I could do more, and that's my fault. And I'm not going to stand here and tell you that I'm perfect, because I'm not. You know, every day is a new struggle, and I think it's the same for all of us. But if we're living a life being on fire, those struggles don't seem to be near as bad, do they? If we keep our priorities straight, those struggles come and go. They don't come and stay. If we're thinking that people don't come visit us, so I'm not going to go visit them, how do they perceive us? You know, I can invite people wherever I want to invite them to. But if I don't show an interest in what they've got going on, I can't get too upset when they don't come. We've been to so many Friday night singings and made friends in so many different places. Mom says, hey, we need to get as many together as we can at the house. And what started out the first time being 12 or 15 of us, 2 years ago, the first time, no, it's been longer ago than that. That would have been New Year's of 2020 going into 21. I had a tree fall and hit me on New Year's Eve, and we had a singing scheduled at Mom's house that night. So here I am with a baseball in the back of my elbow, and we had a singing that night. And like I said, 12, 15 of us, we started there, and now Mom's house and another friend of ours' house. We've got a good friend here in Wayne County that has opened up his funeral home chapel to us when he doesn't have services going on there, where we just get together and sing because we like to get together and sing. But we've gone from 12 to 15 of us to 31 the last time we got together at Mom's house. Mom's house ain't big enough for 31 people. I'm just going to tell you. We had to rearrange the whole house. But you know what the great thing was about it? Everybody that showed up to sing and to fellowship. They showed up because of an example. I say all that to tell you, if you're on fire, like I said a while ago, it's going to be seen. And that fire's going to spread. Don't let somebody else put your fire out. It's about time that the church the world over gets its fire relit completely. There's been too many small churches that have fallen by the wayside, closed their doors, because people have quit coming and nobody bothered to check and see why. I understand kids growing up and they're moving off for jobs. It's going to happen. But it doesn't always revolve around the kids moving off either. Sometimes it's mom and daddy just said, we're not going anymore. We got other things to do. We're too busy. I got a daughter that played softball, and she had a lot of Friday night games. Guess where this old boy was at on Friday nights? I wasn't in no softball tournament most of the time. She went. I didn't. She knew I loved her. She knew I supported her. But I had my Friday night singings, and that's where I felt was the most important place to be. Now, I don't say that to sound like I'm bragging. I say that to prove to you that you can differentiate priorities even in your own house. Now, we try to instill in our kids the priorities that we want them to have. But sometimes it's hard to erase 16 years of priorities not being set right. It can be done, but it takes a lot of work. But if the church would honestly get the fire lit, get the wet wood out of the way, get a good hot fire going, And it could happen in the smallest place to get started. We can see a major change in our community, in our state, and in our country. We could see a major change around the world. But it's not going to happen with one person. It starts with one person. Are you that one person? Could you be that one person? How big's the circle of friends you've got? Now, I can sit here right now and I can come up with at least 31 people that I've got in my friend circle. But my friend circle's a lot bigger than that. I've got friends scattered from Indiana to Florida. I've got friends from California all the way back to New York. Now, we're not all as close as some of us are, but we're all friends and we all stay in touch. That big circle of friends, if one person leads by an example of being on fire and doing exactly what we should be doing, not just on Sunday, but every day, how far do you think that fire is going to spread? It'll take a little time, but it starts with one person. And if I can be that one person, then I need to be that one person. The good thing about it, if you got a good group of friends like that, it's never just one person. There's always a small group that's burning, and they're trying their best to lead by that example and spread it. How's your fire look? Is it down to ashes and cold? Is it lukewarm with a few embers in the bottom of it? Or are you really on fire? Folks, I'm going to tell you, I've been through all three of those. I know what it feels like to be at the bottom, I know what it feels like to be at the top, and I know what it feels like to be in the middle. And there ain't no better feeling than being on top of it. Because all your struggles seem to be a whole lot less. All your worries come and go a lot easier. And you don't stop and think about, well, what if? Because you're doing the what if. You're making those things happen. Because you let Him burn through you. So where are you at? Our invitation song says there's a great day coming. Are you going to be part of that great day? Or in another verse, it says there's a sad day coming. Which day are you going to be a part of? A great day or the sad day? Kind of a sobering question, isn't it? I hope that we're all part of that great day. But in reality, broad is the way, and many there be that find it, that leads to destruction. That wide gate's going to take a whole lot of people with it. But we can take as many with us as we can if we're living our lives right. Don't you want to be part of that great day? I know I sure do. And I want everyone in here to be. So if we need to do something to make that happen for you today, let it be known. We'll be glad to pray with you, pray for you. I'm sure Tony has a plan. Somebody needs to be baptized. We'll make that happen too. I don't know a whole lot about this area, but I'm sure Tony's got something up his sleeve. He always does. He's kind of like me. He's good at figuring things out. Whatever your needs are, let them depend on this one as we stand and sing.
There's a great day coming, a great day coming. There's a great day coming by and by, when the saints and the sinners shall be parted right and left. Are you ready for the day to come? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the judgment day? Are you ready? Are you be ready.